And we are back. So it is now, it's almost 3:30, and we're going to finish up. We're going to keep spam crafting here for a little bit. I want to try to get these well into the green so we've got decent tools for the base. Or for building the base. We got a lot of digging to do. A lot of digging, a lot of pickaxing. Thinking the claw hammer will probably be alright as it is, but I don't know. I'll just go ahead and replace them all, I think. I was going to try to get started yesterday, but I decided I got some more housekeeping things to do. Today, let's see. Let's get some more axes going. Undetected. Good, good, good. Today, this morning, first thing we're going to do, I want to spam craft probably for, I don't know, an hour after daylight, something like that. Let's see where this is. Oh yeah, this is almost done. Sweet. Perfect. But I want to spam craft, try to get this around 350 if I can. And we gotta go replant our corn and goldenrod. We're gonna make that pretty quick, and then I want to go I'm gonna head out to the desert and chop a bunch of cacti that'll replenish plant fibers and will give us tons of yucca to eat because I don't want to carry meat out there. And track zombies while we're digging. I mean, it's not that big of a deal once we get in there because they can't get in, but for at least the early part of it, I don't want to deal with meat, and I don't, yeah. And the other thing we need to do is I've kind of changed my mind. I like, as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, I like the forest right outside town, but I'm kind of thinking I've never built in plains. I've always done it in one of the forest biomes, and the pine forest will snow on you sometimes. It gets cold. Not that that's a huge problem, but right now I don't have a coat. Not that that's not really the hugest consideration. It's just weird when it snows and it. If I decide to farm near the base, that's it kind of gets a little inconvenient because like when you squeeze in a time of day to go farm, and then your whole farm plots are covered with snow, it makes it difficult. Also, being further away from there are some POIs. There's a trader and another POI, and then another one a little further out, right outside of town where I'm going to be building. So basically, means we're going to kind of be surrounded by POIs. Usually, when I build near a town, it's like there's nothing behind me, and there's not a lot of. I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of zombies coming and going. Plus, I've been building near towns a lot, and did it in the last one I streamed, and in my most recent game, and a couple of others that I screwed around with, and I kind of want to do something different. Maybe get a little further out. Convenient to town, but not like right in it. So I don't know. We'll look. Well, I need to get a better look at what those plains look like. I kind of want to be like not far from a road, or like right off of a road. But we'll have a look. We'll have a look. I could do it in the desert too. I don't know if I'm really crazy about desert though. I think plains will be just right. Awesome. Yeah, we're definitely making new tools. How long is that gonna take? 28. So, like 30 minutes. It's now 4:30, so 20, 30. So that's 6 hours, so 5. So about noon, about 11. About 11 we'll be ready for that. So that's cool. We'll run do all of that this morning and then swing back by here around midday. Excellent. Let's see what we can put those into. Miner 69 are available. No. Mining tools needs to be 40. That's going to be a while. What about fixer? Yes. Matter of fact, let's go ahead. Let's eat. Drink. Not going to need the pickaxe for what we're doing. Let's go ahead and just run out there and stick these in the ground. And we're going to continue spam crafting while we do it. So, is there any major damage to the place? They got, oh god, they totally got. Yeah, I hate this house for this. We'll go look around the front. Oops. Yeah, soon enough we'll be in the actual base. Look at all of this. No, not that. And we're gonna need a bunch of wood today too, actually. Okay. Okay. Grab our... Oop. I completely forgot about my spam crafting. Awesome. Plants in the ground before 7 a.m. Oh, yeah, let's get these. Oh, wait. Got to clean up our Zambi mess here. Nice. Very nice. I was thinking there was more than that. No? I guess not. The hell? I don't know why it does this sometimes. Okay. Get loaded up here. Let's see. Oh wait, you know what? I was gonna keep. Yeah, let's hold off on this for a second. Keep spam crafting for a minute. Yeah, for sure. Okay, you know what? Let's get. Hey, what's up, Rambo? Sorry if I missed chat. I was just kind of focused on what I was doing. It's going pretty good, man. How are you? I'm about to start my base. I'm just kind of getting some tool matters squared away. When I do what? Oh, you mean when I put these in here like this? I'm actually smelting these because I see how I'm making three I'm up to 345 on my quality. When I made these, I was only doing 275. So I'm just, if you smelt them instead of scrapping them, you get, I think you might even get all of the iron that went into them back. I could be wrong about that. Like you won't get the clay and the wood back that went into it, but yeah. So it destroys them, but it's gonna basically give me more iron in the smelter, in the forge. So while I'm span crafting, I'm just gonna go ahead and just, you know, wait for those to do their thing because I'm about to make new tools at the new level. I'm about to start the base, so I wanted my tools to be, to get my tool quality as high as I could get it, reasonably. I pretty much just spam crafted at night, so I'm pretty pleased. I've got weapons up to in the 350s. And if I get enough plant fibers together, I can keep working this while I'm digging the base. And and then I'll have, I'll be up in like at least in blue when I get steel. This is unique to console. You can't do this on PC. On PC, it's all tied to a perk, and you gotta, they're cheap, but you gotta level up a skill to qualify for the perk and all of that. It used to be like this where you spam crafted, but they decided it was a little unbalanced because I've got you could just sit and craft weapons like this for the first couple days and then kind of trivialize things, but it just makes things easier. I think it's crazy not to do it, and plus I like to just get it out of the way, Eventually, I'm sure, like probably when the big patch comes out this year that they've been talking about, I bet you this goes away. Actually, we'll probably have the perk-based system. Yeah. I mean, there are certain perks to being on Xbox, and this is one of them. You can spam craft, your crafting skills. Yeah, see that? See that put 406. Those two before put 406 iron in the forge. I think there was one in there already, so 405. And now we'll see what these do. You mean like do a co-op one, like play together? Yeah, I'd be down for that. Let me get a little further into this. I the problem I have is like if I try to play more than one, I'm like this with like every game. If I try to play more than one at a time, like I'll get confused where I'll start mixing them together. You know what I mean? Like I'll forget what schematics I have already and then like get it all confused with what I'm doing in the other one and all that. So let me get, past the point of noobness, like get past the new, like maybe like the first month or two of this game. Game time, I mean, first game month or two, like 60 days in, 30, 60 days in. And I'd be down for it. I've never really played a serious co-op one. I've screwed around. Like I had to try it. I was just dying to try it, and I met some people on the Reddit, back when I first started playing, and we screwed around and won. But I joined their games. It wasn't like like they were already way into it and everything. I think it'd be cool to have one you just play together, basically with somebody. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, if you want. Well, I have to ask, and I hate to be that guy, but the $64,000 question is, do you have a mic? Because it's like I've had people ask if I wanted to play, and then it's like, oh, and by the way, I don't have a mic, and I have like no idea how you would coordinate in this without a mic, because there's like no chat or anything. Okay, yeah, so 686 went back in. This load of iron, of forged iron, was all of the iron I had in the forge at the time, before I smelted those. So let's see how many the next. Yeah, see, I got 68, basically 68 iron bars back for smelting those. Excellent, excellent. Oh, it's crazy though. I mean, you're an Xbox player. I don't know how much you do with random people you meet and stuff. It's amazing how many people don't have a mic. And I hate to be one of the, because it sounds kind of snobby. Oh, you got to have a mic, but it's just impossible to coordinate in these games. Like, it's not like I don't like really using voice chat if I can avoid it on PC in a lot of games. Because if I'm playing multiplayer on PC, generally it's like, you know, an MMO or something, and they've got perfectly good chat, but, you know, it's right in front of you all the time, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, I find it can be a little immersion breaking having, you know, chat going on all the time, personally. But on console, it's just inseparable in my opinion. I mean, there's just no way to do so. Like I'm kind of like with certain types of games, like you know, like I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, you know, and I like those Ubi games, you know, where basically you can just nerd out on, you know, getting full completion and achievements and stuff. Get somebody to help you with a co-op achievement, you know, and or a multiplayer achievement or something, and like post on like xboxachievements.com or where that's where I usually post, and like wait, I'm talking and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing here. I gotta pull this out, put this back in. It's like amazing how many people are like don't have a mic, and you're trying to do a co-op achievement together, and it's like you're popping in and out of the game, messaging through the messaging system on Xbox. It's kind of funny. I had a couple people like that, and you know, I don't know, it worked. We were just doing one or two achievements, and you know, so for, you know, screwing around for 30 minutes to an hour, it wasn't that bad. But man, I couldn't imagine trying to play a game like this without being able to coordinate, you know, with voice chat. It's amazing how this just whacks through your plant fibers. I'm gonna have to go. Well, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna go before we deal with the base. The next order of business, we're gonna need copious amounts of wood, and I've got a bunch of desert around me. I'm gonna go whack cacti in the desert for a couple of hours and collect yucca, and that'll give us plant fibers. So it looks like we've reached the level of where our iron tools are gonna be. So okay, well that works. Okay, get loaded up here. See where we are on food and water. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and oops. Can't wait to get in the actual base and get freaking organized. Where's my iron? There it is. Okay. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. Oh, you know what? We gotta do this. Okay. We're gonna make an iron shovel. Claw hammer. An iron fire axe. And an iron pickaxe. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? The I've got a freaking $200 Turtle Beach, and it's like I wear glasses when I game, and I like it's just I get tired of having. Oh God, I got a screamer. Where is she? Yeah. And it sounds amazing. It sounds great in the headphones, and the mic is like, you know, like my voice sounds, you know, 10 times better. But I'm using the little cheap, you know, $25 stock one right now that came with my Xbox when I first got it. And it works just fine. Yeah, that's a good idea. I have some friends that use the app, and that's like, I need to get that. I never thought about using it for that. You're right. Damn. Oh, I might be fucked. No, not fucked. These fuckers just drive me crazy. These bloateds. The bloateds are, of the pissant normal zombies, the bloateds are the worst, in my opinion. Pardon my French, by the way. God, that sucks. I just ate and everything, too. Well, if you're coming, come. All right, Rambo. Thanks for stopping by, man. You're always glad to see you around. Come by anytime. And yeah, I'd be totally down for playing a game sometime if you want. Just let me know when you're thinking. Hey, what's up, Bullet? Well, that's cool. That's my first gun, or my first real one at least. Just hanging around the base, not getting anything done, as per always. Just made some new tools. How you doing, buddy? Oh, that's not a very good guy. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. You know what? I'm gonna stick this stuff. I'm gonna go reload on liquids because I just had to. Oops. This is like the worst POI ever for like the temporary base, but it's like close to where I was doing, to where I'm, you know, like where I'm farming and stuff. Like it's like Zed Grand Central Station right through here, and like these walls are thin. I don't know. The last time I did it at a pool house, I never had a single screamer. I had 2 screamers the other day, and just had another one just now. Not that it's a huge deal, but it's just you got to deal with it. They love this front porch for some reason. So I'm ready to get out of here. Yeah, you got one started. This is that one I was doing. I started this morning at where I stayed in the treehouse overnight. This actually worked out. I found a really good town. In fact, I want to show. I thought you might like this. I want to show you something. Let me stash this. Well, actually, yeah. Let me stash this real quick. It's a pretty cool town. It's not that big, but it's got a bunch of POIs in it. It's got a crack of books and a working stiffs and gun stores here. You know, just the standards. It's not a very big town, but it's got biome diversity. It's like this is all desert over here, desert over here. It's got a little bit of forest on the side, and then there's plains all around it. And I was kind of thinking about sticking the base like over here, because this is all pretty much flat over here. There's like a little ridge right here that leads up to the plains. And I thought about sticking the base over here because it's not like right in town. But there are a couple POI like houses right. Well, there's a house and then there's like another one over here. So I kind of not sure like if I really want to be surrounded by POIs. Usually when you're on the end of town and there's nothing behind you, it's not like that much of a problem. But I don't know that I want to deal with that. And I'll look and see what's up here. I haven't really looked up here yet. Also, it's pine forest, and I don't know that I really want to deal with pine because it snows, and that's I don't know. I'm gonna be underground, so all I'm gonna do is be getting snow underground. I won't be able to. I mean, I'll probably continue to farm over here, but it's I don't know. I'm kind of thinking I might do something out here in the plains, a little further out of town. I'll have to decide today because I want to get started today, but. I was randomly coming over to this hill just to see what was over here. There's a freaking trader right there. Right there. I don't know that I've ever seen one that close to a town. I know you like your traders. I thought of you when that happened. I thought you might appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I am going to go north and check. You know what? No. We got to stay focused because it's like midday now. We're gonna go west. I think I'm gonna try to. I need plant fibers, and I'm gonna try to sustain on yucca. while I'm waiting for the corn to fill out. So I thought I'd come out here and just whack a bunch of cacti. You've already got a mini bike. You know, the thing is, I don't have a lot of experience with mini bikes personally, so I've never really rushed one. I mean, I guess what you have to have a workbench, and then it's really just a matter of just like collecting the stuff, right? Like the headlamp and just all the little, just little pieces of stuff you need for it. Like if it's that soon, I'm assuming you're not gonna have a whole ton of stuff to combine to get it, all in the purple. Is it worth it to have a low or mid quality um, mini bike? I mean, I guess it is. If nothing else, it's mobile storage, huh? Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, so that's all miscellaneous crafting. So you get the benefit from that. That's great. That's great. Why do you need two forges for it? I've always had, like I never have never rushed a mini bike, so it never even occurred to me like what. Oh, this is great. Ow! God, just getting beat on this morning. Oops. Sitting here reading chat. Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. Oh yeah. No, I mean, but like for a mini bike, why do you need two forges? Is there like some some way you do it? Is there some trick that I'm not aware of? That's like that's good for a mini bike. Yeah. My setup, I'll probably have a dozen forges on this one. Actually, I like a lot of forges. Like a lot of campfires too. So you can just kind of set them and go, and then have a bunch of stuff waiting for you when you get back. Double experience from one and normal experience from the other. I'm not following you on that. Hey. I mean, I'll keep the forge open like when I'm spam crafting, so that like I'll get the tool experience from tool or weapons experience from my crafting, and then the miscellaneous from the forge, like making jars and stuff, or iron, whatever, making bars of whatever kind. Ow. How are we? Oh, this is great. Yeah, this is definitely. I'm glad I did this. This is the way to go. I went on morning of day 3. I went, or afternoon of day 3. I went hunting, and I like couldn't find anything. So this has worked nicely. I've still got some meat, but I'm trying to harvest that. Am I wearing my poncho? Believe I am. Yes. Whoa, big lag. This place is real hot, too. Oh, yeah. Oh, that does suck. I'm gonna have to see about some cool clothes for out here, probably. I don't know. That's kind of why I want to settle over in the plains, because that tends to be pretty moderate. No snow, no no heat, just nice and even temperature. I'm at 117 degrees. Can this kill me? Can heat stroke kill me? I've never like really. I got a mining helmet the other night, which was awesome. Like 2 minutes, I was running around looting cars like with 2 minutes to go before I had to be in, and hoping for a mining helmet. Oh yeah, it like completely whacks your stamina. But I'm not wearing a my cowboy hat. If I go over here, I don't. You know what? Let me go inside. Yeah, I'm wearing a poncho right now, actually. Where'd my water go? Like, I so don't need to be dealing with this right now. But, I guess I'm going to. What do I do with my buckets? There they are. That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. It spawns you right, like, right next to the hub. Nuttiest one I ever had, it was some random gen map that, like, spawned me right next to, like, literally right in a campsite, and I had aggros for the moment I popped. I had to punch the first one. I had to punch it to kill it to get away. Like it was on top of me the moment I spawned. Oh, you know what? I've got to get. Well, you know what? We can do it here. We need copious amounts of wood for this. I'm gonna kind of go back in here. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, I had one that like it spawned me like literally like right next to a campsite, and they all like 3 or 4 Zeds just aggroed me the moment I popped, and like one of them was real close. The other two were like kind of coming up, behind. But the one was just on top of me the moment I popped. It was one of the chicks. I had to punch her. And I think if I remember correctly, that actually turned out to be a pretty fun map. I don't remember which one it was, obviously, but I put up right in a hub. That's crazy. A cop 30 blocks from you at the start. That's insane. Like, this is ridiculous with this. I'm gonna have to make some yucca juice. I guess that's what it's for, right? What time is it? 3:40? Okay, yeah, we're in good shape. That's awesome. And then yeah, and then you got your mini bike book right then. That's pretty cool. I took a break earlier and I was watching another streamer and they were using a crossbow. I've gotten the crossbow schematic like 3 or 4 times, but it's always been on day one in games where I either didn't like the seed or I died. So I never actually got to a point of making a crossbow. And the one I've ever actually played, I've never gotten the crossbow. Not once. Not once ever. I've gotten everything else. Yeah, see, I was kind of thinking about sticking it like in here. Like not right here, but like kind of down this way towards the trader. the base. Like, see the outer road of the town is like right, you know, like right over here. I was thinking about sticking it like up in here, but there's this house back here, and that usually spawns like 3 or 4 Zeds around it, and then you got the trader over here, and then all the town stuff. I don't know. I guess this isn't a bad spot right here, huh? I just don't want to deal with snow. I don't know if it's gonna snow right here or not. So I thought I'd check out the plains and see if there was a good spot out on the plains. That's pretty sweet. But what do you think of this bullet? What do you like this spot? I think it's just, it would definitely work. It's nice and flat. I guess I didn't have to build it like right. Let's see, where's the trader? The trader's way over here. I could put it like over here. I need to actually go look up here. Also, in fact, I'm gonna need to go do that now. But I'm sort of thinking about maybe taking it a little further outside of town. I wish we could do more with water for those maps, because those maps are kind of cool. They just suck for the current state of the game because like they just kind of screw you up. Like if we had fishing and like stuff you could do with like, building on water and stuff like that, boats, that sort of thing, it would be really sweet actually, because some of those maps, you're right, they're like absolutely full of water. Yeah, I hear you. Well, I mean, you saw what I just dealt with for the last, like pretty much the whole like first couple days of this weekend, trying to find a map that I liked and that, then I didn't die on day one. Yeah. I don't know that I want to get snowed on though, is the thing. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But then again, I'm making a bunker. It's not that big of a deal. I'm never gonna see it, and I can just keep farming over on the other side of the town. And I may eventually do an indoor farm. I kind of want to do that on this one since I'm all into bunkers these days. But I thought I might. Let's see, what time is it? 6 o'clock. We need to get moving. I need a couple more trees. I don't want to get stuck without wood digging a hole. That's awesome. Now you got me curious. How many do I have? I got 58. Booyah. That town is like really small, and it's like the freaking OK Corral. Every time I come in and out of that house, there's like zombie. And I've had a couple screamers. I've had 3 screamers to be exact, and I think one of them got called in by one of the other screamers. Couple more. Couple more. But, well, that's cool, man. Well, I'm glad you're having fun with it. Sounds like a pretty cool, sounds like a pretty cool game you got going on. Sometimes when they're like a little screwed up, they're fun. That's why I gave that. I was kind of agonizing over that one. You know, that first one I did the other night where I like had the really good start, but couldn't stand the map. I kept thinking, well, you know what? This might actually turn out to be pretty good. Sometimes these are like actually really fun, trying to eke it out. That's funny. Oh, you play split screen with him? I'm just leaving that. Okay, where are we? Let me see. Oh, we're up top. What is all of this? It's like real super flat over here. Oh, that's the trader. No. Wait. Wait, no, I'm back in town. Durr. Alright. Let's go. Let's go check the planes. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. I'm kind of pushing it. I don't want to wait another. I'm gonna be underground tonight. At least get the entrance and the production side of the base started. The horde base is gonna be a little like separate, and that's what I'm mostly gonna work on coming up. But I want to get like at least a place to like stick some campfires and a forge and that kind of stuff and some storage, so I don't have to be carrying it. The last one I didn't do that. I started with the main horde base and always had to make sure I had everything I needed on me and everything before I went underground at night. Okay, here's our trader. Oh, that's cool. That's even better. That's sweet. But you guys are styling that. Let's see. That's a path, but there's no road. What do you think, Bullet? Should I do it out here this far outside of town? Or should I build in that little spot I told you? So then there's another house like that other one over here. Oh, I think is that a forge house? That's a freaking forge house. I didn't realize. Oh, that's great. I gotta mark that. Did I not mark that? No, I didn't. Oh, that's awesome, because I know where there's another one, too. That's awesome. Hey, so what do you think about this? You think I should build this far outside of town, or you think I should do it in that little pine forest area that I was looking at? Clock's ticking. It's now 5. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've only got like 30 minutes, 20 minutes. I got 20 minutes. I'm not seeing any roads, though. I'd kind of like to be off a road. This is kind of nice right here. You can see town in the distance. Well, now we're back in this. I'm messing with it. No thoughts, my friend, about this base location? I'm kind of thinking about going back to my original spot, actually. That doesn't sound good. Oh yeah, keeps buffering on you. That sucks. No, I was just asking your opinion on where I should stick this base. I'm kind of thinking now, after looking at the plains, there's no road out there, and I kind of want to be like not terribly far from a road. And this would put me a little closer to the trader over here. You know what? I could kind of do it up here. Didn't you say desert's really good for mining? I'm thinking, what if I did it like up north, and then eventually when I did a mine, like ran a tunnel out here to the desert to mine. I'm gonna get stuck back in the temporary base tonight. I'm not gonna decide on this in time. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, yeah. Well, let me go look up here because it might be cool to be kind of close to the desert and then tunnel out there for a mine. Is there anything in particular I need to look for in the desert, or like gravel deposits or anything like that, or is it just pretty much mine anywhere and you're good? I don't know if I'm crazy about this hill back here though. Well, I don't know. I'm a little far off the road. Well, not that far. No, it's not bad. Yeah, see, there's desert. So, wait, is this a cliff? If this is a cliff back here, this might not be a good idea. I mean, I can always tunnel, around from the other side over there. I mean, it's far enough away, it shouldn't be a problem, but still. Awesome, awesome. I mean, I guess this is far enough from that cliff to not be a problem. Digging a bunker. I mean, it's like freaking. It's over here. This is all pretty straight up flat. I'd be relatively close to a road. I think that's like the ugliest building in the game, possibly, except for like the burnout houses. Yeah, like right here. And the horde base will go back this way. He had them both on. That's pretty funny. Bunch of rocks around here I'll have to take out. Let's see, where's the... Oh yeah, there's a prison here too, incidentally. I've never taken down a prison. There are a bunch of these new POIs for console that we got in that patch last fall that I've never done. I got 10 minutes to get underground. No, 15. Well, like 12. Okay, let's see here. What do you think? I think it's a pretty solid entrance. I'll do like a hatch and, it'll probably be like, ramps, my standard ramps and hatch deal. Yeah, I think so too. You just come out of here, and I got a road right here, and this will leave me a lot of space to eventually do a mini bike garage. I kind of want to do. I've never done one of those mini bike garages with a drawbridge. Boom. So that's 7. Eight. 9. 10. 11. 12. You know what? I never checked my elevation here. Oh, 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. Okay. So this is gonna be like a lobby. I'm gonna kind of have I'm gonna have like kind of a staging room where I can put storage. So if I'm running in with loot, I can just dump it, or I'll have some boxes out front so I can just, like, when I loot this town, I can dump them in the boxes, and then I can just kind of run up and down from here just to get them in the base. And this will connect to the mini bike. I'm gonna pause that. This will connect to the mini bike garage, and then it'll connect to the production base, which I'm gonna stick, like, I don't know if I mean I'm at freaking I'm at positive 71. I don't know that I need to go all the way to freaking bedrock here to have like a. I mean, I went on my last one. I went. What was it? It was 90 blocks to the basement of it, and I still had another probably 40 blocks to bedrock, and I never got a single screamer with like all manner of shit running. Pardon my French. Um, I don't know. Maybe just for the sense of security and say I did it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily need to go to bedrock on the production base, but basically, I'm just trying to think. So I got a garage going off one side, I got a horde base going off the other, I've got production base coming off the other. I kind of want to do a mine, so that would probably come off of here, but it doesn't have to. I could run that off of the horde base, and probably do an indoor farm, but that doesn't have to come off of here either. That could come off of the production base or the horde base. All right, so I'm kind of thinking. Okay, desert is west, so mine's gonna be that way. I'm thinking production base. You know, the horde base is gonna be up in here someplace. Mine is probably going to be this way. Now, there's no reason it can't be on the same, tunnel as uh, the what you call it. The indoor farm. Sorry, I'm thinking and I can't talk at the same time. And I'm thinking the mini bike garage would probably go over this way. So I'm guessing. Yeah, but I don't want to run. Huh. I definitely don't want to run. You know what? And I have no idea what's here. There's not a building there, is there? I didn't see anything. I didn't see, the only building I know of anywhere remotely over here is the trader. That'd be a kind of a bite in the ass if there's a building right there. Um so basically I'm trying to decide which way to go for my production base, essentially. But I guess it doesn't matter. I can just start. I'm now 20 blocks down. I'm gonna go 21 because of 4. And now we just make a room to start with. Wait, no. We go north 1 block because that's gonna be this is gonna be the ladder shaft coming from the surface. So we go 1 block north. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. I was kind of one day I hope to be, into one enough to actually tunnel around like that. All right, you know what I'm gonna do actually, just for keep my reference straight. I'm gonna go ahead and get a good. I'm gonna go ahead and just lay the floor while I do this with frames. That's awesome. Do you finish them out or is it just stone everywhere? Like, do you actually put up walls and whatnot? So I'm trying to think. Yeah. Okay. That's pretty cool. You're gonna have to stream your. No, I understand what you're saying, dude. You're gonna have to stream your like do a quick stream one day and let me tour your awesome base. Actually, that other one too. I mean, well, I don't mean that. You know what I'm saying? Like your one that you worked on forever, and that one you showed me the other night. That really cool one. Yeah, that's the one I want to check out. Yeah, sorry if I'm slow to respond. I'm just trying to like make sure I don't fuck this up. I hate having to repair mistakes when tunneling like this. And again, pardon my French. It's late and I'm getting punchy. My language is suffering something fierce. Um, that's pretty funny. All right, so ladder shaft, one block for wall. How am I hunted 20 blocks down? Yeah, yeah, I figured. But I don't want to go that much farther because this kind of needs to hook up with the garage eventually, and I don't want to go like that far down. That's kind of the whole point of having the lobby area, so I've got a place to stash loot, on foot, and not having to go all the way to, all the way down to the real base. That's alright. They're not going to do anything. They shouldn't, at least. Okay. Let's see. So we got ladder shaft, 1 block for wall. Okay, now we're going out. I'm also not sure how big I should make this, actually. I guess I need enough room to get ladder shafts in most sides of it. I'm not going to go all the way. I'm just going to do, like, get a basic layout from just with, head height. 2 blocks, 2 blocks plus a floor for now. Yeah, no, I hear you, dude. Yeah, I'm just thinking out loud myself. So, but I got what you're saying. Can I do 9 by 9 without any SI problems? I mean, I think I kind of want to do this in concrete eventually, but it's just going to be frames for like quite a while. I haven't. It's been. It's. I tested all that back when I was last playing, and I can't remember what I came up with. Is 9 by 9 going to be enough? I don't know. Let's see. Let's go. Let's see, one. So that'd be 3, 6. It's gonna have to be wider than that, actually. I gotcha. Yeah, that stuff will do it. Oh. Oh, I need to check something. I haven't put points in a bit, and I need to see. That's not till 40, which is coming. And fixer level 30. What level am I? 24. Okay, well that's cool. Do you know offhand, Bullet, what the biggest size box I can do with that wooden frames will support? I mean, I'll probably like basically I'm gonna have there'll be tunnels coming off of like ladder shafts coming off of the outside of this, and then in the interior, I can have some support because I've got to have a place to put storage. I don't have a code, and so I'm just gonna have to be cold, I guess. Drives me crazy. Um, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gonna go this way. I'm just gonna kind of rough it out as I go, I guess. I know exactly what I'm going to do for my production area because I've done it before, and I know what I'm going to do for my horde base, but I've never done a kind of an entrance room like this. And that's why I'm a little kind of indecisive about what I'm doing. Oh, that didn't need to go there. Eight without center support, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It's like 7 to 9 somewhere in there. So 8 would be a good guess on that. I think. I think it might actually. I think it is 8 because most things you build like in a square wind up being odd numbers, and it doesn't work at 9. I think. So I just won't do a square. I'll leave it kind of narrow. I'll figure. Let's see, where am I? I am going east-west with this. Yes. Okay. So like maybe, yeah, I'm gonna need a space for storage. So one to walk, one to have storage. Like, I'm talking about going into the interior. A space for place to walk through, place for storage. So that's 2, and then whatever center support that the storage sits on is 3. Because I'll just use not crates but chests for this. So that's 3. And then the same thing on the other side. So so 5, yeah, so 6. So basically I'll just go whatever length by 6. Right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5. Whatever length by 5, basically. And I'll just make it, narrow, essentially. And that actually kind of works because if I want to expand it out in one direction, if I come off the north or the south side of it with everything I do, it's just a matter of extending one way off the end if I need more room to add something. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. So it's something by 5. So I got to figure out how initially how far it's gonna go. So you know what? I'm just gonna make it symmetrical at first, and then I'll figure it out. So okay, so 1, 2. Wait, where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That's 3. Actually, I'm gonna go 7, so I have 2 spaces to walk. 7. It'll be 7 deep. 1, 2. I'm kind of half considering cheesing the day 7 horde and just skipping it, just being underground and just working through and getting all this ready for or at least the horde base ready for the 14-day horde, and just not dealing with a temporary base for the 7-day. Maybe, I don't know. I like, if you'd asked me 6 months ago, I would have said that was cheating. But honestly, it's like I've got so much to do, and I mean, 7-day hordes are like absolutely no big deal. Really, just rather just skip it. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking about it. I mean, let's see, 6, 12. So this is now 13. could go one more each way. Yeah, it's not that I don't really not want to fight him. It's just I'd rather work on the base and not have to build a base that I'm then gonna have to tear down just to fight one horde, basically. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. It's just you know, it's basically a half a day of dealing with a horde that's no big deal. You know, you could be doing, and then you're gonna have to spend time. You know, I'll have to clean it up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is 15 long now. So I'll go like 15, and then ever how many deep? So what did I say? 5 deep? No, 7 deep. So I'll cut around this way. Well, I usually stop the stream at 3 a.m. every morning to avoid the MD5 error, you know, here on Xbox, just to get a good reset in. It is 4:18 in the morning, and I'm yawning, and I kind of need to like concentrate on what I'm doing. And I'm afraid I kind of want to like maybe I use graph paper for this stuff sometimes. I might kind of want maybe plot out how I'm gonna do this as far as where I'm gonna put the different ladder accesses, you know, the ladder shafts coming off of this thing, and how I'm gonna lay it out, and that'll make it go a lot faster because I'm not really gonna finish this right now. I'm just getting the space cut, and you know, so I can. I mean, inventory's full. I need to get a chest out someplace. I could probably just pull a frame and just stick it on a wall, but I don't want to, you know, deal with it. Kind of get this room set up, and then we're gonna dig the production base, get down to where that's gonna be. So I can get some storage down there, and you know, maybe get like start like at least have a place to go ahead and stick forges and campfires and stuff like that, just to kind of like start, you know, so I've got it, so I don't have to run all because my temporary base is clear on the other side of this town where the farm is. So I'm probably gonna wanna get some at least a forge up in here pretty soon. Um, but I want to get the space made and then concentrate on the horde base because that's gonna be a drop pit, and I don't know how deep I'm gonna go with that. Like I went I went 90 blocks to the basement of my drop pit on the last one. So it had a basement room with access to other places. So there was that had a three block ceiling, and so with floor and ceiling, it was 5 blocks up. So I had a and then there was an extra block for the access on the top, and then spikes. So it all worked out to basically being an 85 block drop for the Zeds. And I didn't. The only Zeds that I saw here on console that I noticed that died from the fall were like maybe dogs. I think the dogs were dying from the fall. I never actually saw one land because you have to get in there and like clear it all as it drops. And I never saw a dog do anything but be dead basically. So I'm assuming the dogs died from the drop, but no, but nothing else died from the drop. Um, and it's been said, I was dealing with a bunch of PC people when I was like figuring out what I was doing, for this, and it's I've been told that if you go deeper than 100 blocks, um, they won't aggro you. Like it screws with the aggro mechanics. So it was recommended to me by somebody who does this on PC to try to keep it at as close to 90 as possible. And so I just, to be safe, made the basement 90 and the drop wound up being 85. Maybe I screwed up. Maybe it's a different story if I'd made the drop actually 90 or made it 95. I just didn't want to risk being in the basement and like when a horde popped, like having to run down there to get something out of storage and then have it screw up the horde aggro. So I just made it 90 at the basement just to be safe. Um, so I don't know. I guess that's my long-winded way of saying I don't know how deep I'm gonna go. I don't think on because well, Bullet, you tell me, man, because I remember. I think I remember reading somewhere. I mean, I've been playing this game since last summer, so there's a whole lot of development of 7 Days to Die and progress of this game that happened before I knew anything about the game. But correct me if I'm wrong. My impression was that fall damage to zombies was significant at relatively, I mean, I don't mean short distances, not like 20 blocks, but like, at a good, well, yeah, something like that, like 20-ish blocks. Fall damage was significant. So, and then it got nerfed. And then basically there was, it like, they completely nerfed fall damage. And then they put it back in, just not as, as pronounced as it was before the nerf. And my understanding from like tests from Alpha 16 that it's somewhere in the 35 to 40 range is what will kill most normal zombies. Some specials, most specials, cops don't die from falls, ferals don't die from falls, that kind of thing. But but most of your mundane zombies, your just run of the mill zombies will die at like I think I saw one test where it was like, they got it down to like narrowed it down. It's actually like 34 or 35 blocks, 36 blocks, something like that. But it was recommended to go 40 just in case because there were a few that it won't kill at 35, but 40 will pretty much get them all. So, again, being long winded about it sounds to me as if on console we have that nerfed version uh, of zombie fall damage because I had like I mean everything was losing its legs on my 85 block fall, but like I said, the only thing I think that died from that fall were the dogs. Um, why am I getting into all this? Well, because that's there's a big difference between digging 40 blocks and digging 90 blocks. basically, and collapsing a pit. Also SI is weird when you try to collapse a pit that deep. That was the first time I've ever collapsed a hole that deep, and it was weird. It like I basically had a floating plug in the middle of this, like 7x7 shaft that I dug. Um, I had to nerd pole up in the corner and put. Well, actually, before I did that, I went back up to the surface just out of curiosity because I had like 2 or 3 blocks deep cut out of the bottom of this thing, and it was just floating, like just this big block of earth floating. And I went up to the surface, and to the top of it, I started tossing frames on the top of it. The frames just disintegrated when they landed on the top of it because they had no structural integrity, but the actual, dirt and rock, mass that was still in the center remained. So I had to go back down to the bottom and nerd pole back up the side of this thing, and about every 20 blocks up, throw a throw a frame off to the side, connecting it to the wall, and then it would start to fall out. Like it has to be like reminded of, it has no SI by attaching it to the wall in some way. And I had crap falling all over the place while I'm standing, 60, 70 blocks up on a frame in a corner with nothing to get behind me. It was scary as shit, to be honest with you. And how I didn't die doing all that is just absolutely beyond me. So just a little matter of trivia about collapsing a 90 block deep hole. It doesn't really work the same way as your 40 block deep hole does. Um, it used to be 30 blocks, and they nerfed it. You quit doing fall pits, but everybody has their own way. That's the reason to do it above grade. Yeah. Well, the thing is, I don't really. Um, and that's actually an excellent point, Bullet. Well, here's what for anybody not watching chat. Here's what Bullet says. It used to be 30 blocks, and then they nerfed it, and I quit doing fall pits. But everybody has their own way. That's the reason I just do above ground horde bases. To me, it's way hard to spend that kind of time in a pit to have nothing but dogs die from fall damage. Yes, that's an excellent point. Um, the reason I really enjoy the pit is because it allows for a well. First of all, I don't know how it is on PC because I don't really play. I have to the PC version, but I don't really play on it yet. I will eventually. Um, but I've never built a base on PC, basically. But on console, as I'm sure you know, um, you're kind of limited as to how you can like what you use as your barrier between you and your zombies. The most reliable thing is 50 pillars, but I don't know how it is on PC, but on Xbox, the hitboxes on 50 pillars are an absolute freaking nightmare. I'm convinced that I've always done pillar bases before this one that I started doing with the last one. And I'm convinced that like on most of my bases, like of all the repairs I have to do, most of the damage, unless it was like that one block that they all seem to always go for each horde, um, was done by me, basically. Just beating my own pillars, basically, so to speak. And so I wanted to try a different setup. So actually, I went with a horizontal pole setup, but zombies were getting through it. So I referred back to this design this guy recommended, and you use ramps and poles together in a vertical way, and it's the best like cage area that I've had, but it only works in a circle. Like you can't. It's not something you can do like. I mean, you could probably do it like outwards, like you would like an above ground, pillar cage, but I don't. It's not something you could do like just like a straight wall. It's gonna have to be like configured in like an octagon, like a circle type thing. Um, and the other reason is the last time I did a big pillar base, the constant maintenance from wandering hordes just drove me absolutely up the wall. So I don't really. I guess what I was getting at with all that is I don't really care so much about the fall damage. Um, Well, I had no problems at 85 blocks with them acquiring me and coming into the pit. Unless there was just something out there that didn't make it in that I didn't know. But I couldn't tell that I wasn't getting full hordes, at least through the, whatever day I was on. The 28 day horde was the last one I did on the last time I did this, a couple weeks ago or last week or whenever it was. Um, so like I said, it's not really about the fall damage so much as like being able to build a bunker where, like when it's horde night, you open the hatches and you have them fall into your base, and then you kill them. And when it's not horde night, you close those hatches, and all the wandering hordes in the world can march over those hatches, and none of them are coming in and damaging your shit. Because that about drove me absolutely crazy on my last base. Because like it was turning it with all the spikes and everything else. It was turning into a situation where like it had gone from being like a half a day of maintenance, and then I had to expand it out with more spikes, and then it was turning into a day of maintenance, and then it was moving beyond that, and then you have the whole nother half a day to a day of replacing the supplies that you spent on the maintenance. So it was like really eating into my weeks, and I wasn't getting any exploring or anything done. I just like the freedom of being able to just, have an underground base. I like being underground. I kind of dig it, and I'll move on to other stuff eventually. This is just what I'm on now, so I don't really care so much about the fall damage so much. Um, just the reason I bring it up is I have no idea how deep I'm gonna make my Horde Night pit. I don't know if I'm gonna go the full 90 again. I know it works. It worked really well, actually. Maybe I'll go 95 and then have the actual pit be at 90 and see if it actually whacks stuff down there. I don't want to get too far beyond that though, because I don't want them to not acquire me. I don't want to run into that problem. That would suck. But just walk down the sides of the pit. Well, that's actually an interesting point because the way with this pit design, your cage area is like 5 by 5, but the actual drop is like a 3 by 3 drop. And the reason the guy that I patterned that gave me some advice about this and who I patterned this after, um, he was having problems with wall damage on the way down. And of course, as you can imagine, on a 90 100 drop, 100 block drop pit like that you've got sealed off, trying to get inside that thing to do maintenance is probably not the most fun thing in the world because you're probably having to knock out blocks to get in there to do it. And he said on previous design, this guy is like all about fall pits basically. He's tried like a bunch of different designs, and he said on previous designs where you had the fall, the same size as the actual access to the fall, like he was taking wall damage. But with this one, you've got basically an extra block. Not on the corners. The corners have like have a ramp in them. It's like an octagon shape. It's literally like an octagon. Um, I don't know. You'll see it when I get it built. But it worked really well. It worked exceedingly well. Um, it was kind of funny actually. I stopped using my club so much and just started using my hunting knife for most everything because it kills okay. I mean they're off their feet and on spikes when they get to the outer part of the cage, and you just sit there and just knife them in the head and then clean up the corpse. It's actually a pretty fun way to do a horde. I definitely get a lot more loot out of this than I did on my pillar bases, because half the time on pillar bases I was just running around, you know, like missing zombies hitting pillars most of the time, and then got to get on to the next one. Um, the one asterisk on all of this is the only specials I've had, if you consider them specials, were spiders. I haven't had any cops yet, haven't had any ferals yet, so I don't know how all that would go. My only concern, I think, with ferals would be maybe they could maybe squeak their way through. I had one spider work his way through, but I think it was a fluke. Um, I think a feral might be able to get his way through. Of course, cops are a different problem with the explosions. If they wreck your pit, an enclosed area like that, you could be in serious trouble. If they knock out enough blocks with an explosion in close proximity to everything. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I really like it though. I really like it, and it's mainly because I have control over of it. It's not one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, I'm leaving, and then you come back and you're like all your spikes are thrashed up, and you gotta spend a stack and a half of steel repairing your spikes because a wandering horde came rolling through as you were leaving the area. that was happening like a couple times a week on my last one, and it about drove me nuts because it was just killing me in repair time and repair cost. And this is great. You just close the hatches at the top, and you're just snug as a bug until the next horde. But anyway, I'm tired and punchy and kind of rambling about this. So, but yeah, so I have to figure out how I'm gonna like how deep I'm actually gonna go. I don't want to go like I'm thinking probably 50 blocks would probably have the same effect as what it did before. Or I might just go ahead and go the full 90 again, just because I know it works. And if I cheese the 7-day horde, it won't be that will be no problem at all. Like, just kind of collapsing that size of a pit is not my favorite thing in the world. But this is cool though, because I mean this is a good spot for it because here we are sitting. I mean I'm 21 blocks down, and we are at positive 71. And Bedrock is minus 57, so that's what 71 and 57. That's 100 and something blocks basically. 120, 128 blocks to be exact. From here, from surface, that would be 140. Yeah, 149 blocks from surface to bedrock in this particular spot on this map. That's kind of cool, actually, if you think about it. That's a lot of freaking space. Yeah. Well, do you remember my base that I had? That pillar base that I had. I had inverted log spikes. Steel log spikes also, and they were just like I swear, like you'd get done doing repairs, and then wandering horde comes rolling through. You wouldn't even be anywhere near near that part of the base. Like you'd be like off to the side, and most of the horde comes from you. One Zed, guaranteed, always like heads towards your spike pit, and instead of like reacquiring you or fixing his pathing, it then of course like rolls all the way up the length of it, being sure to just get, a couple of damage on each spike. So then, again, that's not, such a major repair deal, but you then have to go out there and, repair each spike. It's just a major time sink, and it just drove me nuts. And I'm glad to be kind of done with it for a while. I'll go back to above ground bases at some point, but I'm gonna have to come up with a better design than what I was doing before, because it's just the constant maintenance of those things was just driving me nuts, driving me absolutely nuts. You couldn't get anything done. You'd have to you got day and a half of repairs after the horde, and then you got to make sure you got a day to go out there and patch everything up before the horde because of everything it took from all the wandering crap during the week. So then you got your day of the horde. So you're looking at you basically got a 4-day week now. So, and part of that's taken up by replacing the resources that you spent doing all the repairs. Um, I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I'm probably making it sound worse than it actually was, but it was getting on my nerves essentially. So I really like the drop. I'm really into the drop pit. Um, I will eventually go back to above ground bases though, because I kind of want to like. There's some designs I want to do that involve windows that I'd kind of like to do, like not the actual horde base part of it, but above ground from that. Like actually have like a living area with production, and actually maybe have some windows with a view, kind of thing, which is something you absolutely don't have below ground. But anyway, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you joining. Bullet, thanks for hanging out, dude. It's always good to hear from you. Glad you're having fun in your game with your little guy. Um, and I will be back sometime tomorrow, probably in the morning, maybe around lunchtime, Eastern time, depending on whenever it is I get up. It's a long weekend, so it doesn't really matter. I'm probably gonna sleep in a little bit, but I'm gonna figure out kind of the particulars of this room we're working on now. I've already got a design. I've done it before for my production base, which will at least get started so we can get some stuff in there, and then we're gonna knock out that massive 7x7 hole for the horde base. And I know we're not gonna have that done before day 7, but we'll have it done before 14. Most likely, I would think. I had no problems getting it done before day 14 before. Probably just have to skip the 7-day horde though, which like I said, if you'd asked me 6 months ago, I would have said that would be against the rules. But honestly, I don't really. It's not that big of a deal. I've killed so many 7-day hordes in so many different ways. It's not even a matter of being a challenge. It's just there again being a time sink, and I'd rather work on the base. But we'll see. We got a couple days. I think it's day 6 now. Yeah, it's day 6 now. But anyway, well, thanks for joining, folks. I will be back at it tomorrow, and we will see about getting a base built. I appreciate you hanging out, and I hope to see you soon.